The Institute is all about making life better for Nevadans. That's what we're here to do. And we believe the way to do that is to limit government growth.
They have just been a wonderful resource for me as a legislator and also just as a friend. Congratulations on your 20th NPRI.
And I had the privilege of being a founding member of the Board of Advisors of the Nevada Policy Research Institute. That was a number of years ago. And over the last 20 years, NPRI has been a champion of limited government and economic freedom. Today it stands as one of the top organizations in Nevada that is working for fiscal conservatism.
In 1990, I went to the Soviet Union with a small group of people. That whole trip opened up my eyes. When I came back, it resulted in the formation of Nevada Policy Research Institute.
When Judy started NPRI, she had two key secret weapons. One was her husband, Dan, who provided really critical assistance and support. The other was Judy's own charm.
Well, NPRI wouldn't be here, Dave, if it weren't for Judy Crosanta. I mean, she had the vision of what this could be. It was her vision of what it could be in Nevada. It was her money that went behind it to start it up and to keep it going initially. Her energy, which drew people to the organization. She was just an important visionary.
Steve Miller published our first magazine called Nevada Journal. And every cover of the magazine was individually drawn out and designed by Steve. They were often humorous. They were often a little bit stinging, but they spoke volumes. The picture says 1,000 words. Steve Miller's pictures would say 1,000,000 words. At one point, with the combination of the television, the radio, and our print magazine, which was a huge success, we got a phone call one day from Harry Reid's chief of staff saying that if we didn't close our mouths in these arenas, that Harry Reid would make sure that we had an IRS investigation. And so I called up the then chairman of the Nevada Press Association and I said, "What do you think about this phone call? What do you suggest I do?" And he said, "I'll take it from here." And within a firestorm of 10 days of media and charges and countercharges, Harry Reid publicly apologized in all the media for the irresponsible remarks made by his chief of staff. So it was with great satisfaction that I heard those words and read them in the newspapers.
After Judy stepped down, we were fortunate to have Helene Denny come and interview for the job. Right off the bat, she liked what we were doing, and we liked her too. Helene really likes to raise money, and she's got a positive, infectious personality.
What I love about Helene was she could get away with not taking lip from anybody. Helene is a powerful leader, a great creative mind, and not afraid to step into her ideas and make them happen.
Shortly after I came to Las Vegas, we closed the office in Reno and moved everything into Las Vegas. At that time, we started building our board to be a stronger board, and we needed a chairman with a strong reputation in the state of Nevada. So Ranson Webster agreed to be chairman of NPRI. His reputation, his knowledge, and his ability helped us bring NPRI into a very, very, very strong position in the state of Nevada.
Well, in 2003, Governor Gwynn proposed a staggering 1/3 expansion of the scope of state government, of course, and the taxation to support that. NPRI, Nevada Policy Research Institute, provided the hard data that legislators needed to cut through that clutter and ascertain the truth.
When I left NPRI, I hired Sharon Rossi to assume the position of president.
What Sharon has brought to the table is someone who's very well organized, who's got a good personality, a good demeanor, and who is very passionate, very dedicated to what NPRI is all about.
With Sharon, the last few years have been exceptional, and she's done a marvelous job as president.
There is no doubt in my mind that she has built even beyond my expectations. She has done an unbelievable job.
Back in 2007, when I first joined NPRI, we were a staff of only 4 people. And 5 years later, we've essentially tripled the number of employees we have working for the Institute. And at the same time, what we've seen is a phenomenal increase in the level of media coverage we're getting. I think that our level of media coverage over 2006 is actually up some 3,000%.
During the 2011 legislative session, you couldn't almost go a couple of days or a week without seeing references to NPRI, whether it was being quoted in a news article, whether it was providing some type of point-counterpoint on local television news or public affairs programming.
Well, NPRI does outstanding work on the most important issues of the day, and I would say that in recent years NPRI has had a tremendous impact on the debate in Carson City and the way we've done public policy for our state.
I just think you guys are great. I think you do a great service, and I know that I use NPRI as a resource for my show a lot of times. When I need an expert on some things, I'm happy to call on NPRI to break it down.
I'm grateful as a state senator for Nevada Policy Research Institute, but also as a citizen.
In addition to our policy research, we hold numerous events throughout the year. The biggest one being our annual dinner that is hosted by the Venetian. This event would not be the success that it has been year after year without the generosity and kindness of Sheldon Adelson. Over the years, NPRI has hosted a number of luminaries, including Lady Margaret Thatcher, Newt Gingrich, Steve Forbes, but most notably of all, we had the opportunity to host a sitting president, George W. Bush. It was really exciting to be asked to host the President of the United States. And I think it's a real indication of the prominence that NPRI has in the public policy debate here in Nevada.
I'm pleased to join in congratulating NPRI on 20 years of thought-provoking conservative leadership.
I congratulate NPRI on its 20 years of achievement, and I wish you many more great years to come as you serve the people of Nevada.
I want to tell our supporters thank you. Every accomplishment that NPRI has had, every victory for limited government, is a direct result from the support and generosity of thousands of Nevadans.
You know, Ronald Reagan once said that freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction, and that it has to be defended. And that's why for 20 years we at NPRI have been committed to defending freedom here in Nevada. That's why in just the past year we launched a new Center for Justice and Constitutional Litigation. And it's why with your support I have no doubt that our best years truly are ahead of us.
Tonight we're celebrating our 20th anniversary, but it is really a celebration of our supporters and their commitment to freedom.